Hey guys, Casey here. Welcome back to the channel. This is Lions Den Investments and Reviews. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. In today's video, I want to talk about the Ethereum EIP 1559 reduction in the supply of Ethereum and what that means for Ethereum. We're also going to talk about the central bank digital currency. All the different central banks right now that are creating their own central banking digital currencies, and then we'll take a look at the basically the July 28th deadline that Elizabeth Warren has got set in motion here and what that means for the overall crypto market, okay? But getting started here, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And for everybody who's new to the channel, thanks for the support. Today I want to look at the Ethereum charts real quick, and as you can see right now, we're still in this uptrend. We've got the 200-day moving average right here. And Ethereum looks like it's about ready to take a bounce off this 200-day moving average and take us higher, okay? Now, it's got to stay above this 200-day moving average and above this weekly support in order for us to continue in an uptrend. But overall, it looks like we're forming a higher low, which is a good sign, okay? There's not a whole lot of volume coming in right now, but I have a feeling that is going to change here rather soon, basically due to that EIP 1559 protocol that I'm talking about and the supply reduction within Ethereum, okay? So that's Ethereum right now. But if we go to the weekly chart, a lot of times, like, what I like to do is zoom out. If in doubt, zoom out. So just looking at the daily chart there, you could see that we were essentially looked like we were forming a new higher low, right? And if we go out to the weekly chart, you can see something kind of similar that may be starting to form here. So we had a high there, and then we had a lower high, and then right now, basically we bottomed out down here is what it looks like, and then we're turning around. And if we can keep above the support here, we would be forming, even on the weekly, we would be forming a new higher high, okay? So that's basically what I'm seeing in Ethereum right now. Again, I'll go back down to the daily. The daily's a little bit clearer, so you can see, more along the lines of what the price movement is doing. The MACD it still hasn't crossed over and went bearish yet. So until it does, I would say we're still in an uptrend here. But that brings me to the next point I want to talk about, which is the Ethereum. Basically, they're calling it the triple halving. So I found this Twitter from Croissant ETH here, and he's talking about, to think that the triple halving isn't even priced in yet for Ethereum is just bonkers, because if you look at this, if we pull this up here, basically what they're saying is when the EIP 1559 comes online, even without proof of stake, it'll represent a significant reduction in daily market supply of Ether. To model this, he used the Justin Drake's published spreadsheet and net buy pressure and fiddled with the math to understand how much of the reduction to sell pressure came from the EIP 1559 and how much from proof of stake. He said basically he's not going to go through all the math here, but check out the work because all the data is publicly available, okay? So using Justin Drake's assumptions, the current daily sell pressure is 22,300 Ethereum per day. And then per his calculations, using the same assumptions, the sell pressure after EIP 1559, but before proof of stake, will reduce to about 15,700 Ethereum per day, okay? Sell pressure after EIP 1559 and proof of stake will then drop further to 2,600 Ethereum per day. Now, this is a drop from 22,300 to 2,600, which is basically a 90% reduction in supply. That comes from basically the calculations that he was using here for triple halving, which would leave 12.5% of Ethereum remaining, okay? The drop in sell pressure purely from the EIP 1559 is still significant. However, and represents a 30% reduction, or about half the effect of single Bitcoin halving. Guys, this is huge, okay? Because if you understand this, you understand where Ethereum is going just from a supply and demand perspective. And again, I always like to say I like to cover the fundamentals as well as technicals, and then focus in on some of the more in-depth architecture and protocol, like what they're doing with new upgrades and stuff like that. Because if you can understand that stuff, it's kind of like Bitcoin. If you can understand when the halving of Bitcoin takes place, which is every 4 years, you'll understand when the bull markets are getting ready to take off and when we're going into bear markets. So that's basically what you had to say there. I'll leave a link for this in the description below so you can check it out. Here's another article. The Ethereum upgrade that will destroy coins is on track for August 4th. So if you're wondering what the exact date is, you got an exact date now, which is August 4th. That's what the network developers are saying. So if you want to take a look at this article, I'll leave a link in the description below because it basically goes over, what we were talking about over here. Maybe not in so much detail when it comes to the calculations and all that, but go ahead and check it out. Here's another article. Ethereum has a potential setup for the run to 9,000 in place. Okay, and again, that has to do basically with the supply reduction that we're talking about right there. That's another article I found. The ideal downside target zone they're saying here was 1,349 to 1,503, and Ethereum bottomed on June 26th at $1,717. So look at this price right here. I mean, if we do decide to go down a little bit further, just know that that's pretty much your bottom price on Ethereum right now. This is $1,717. And basically, since then, it's staged an overall 35% rally. So going back to the charts here, that's why I'm saying we're still in an uptrend, okay? Now, moving over from Ethereum real quick, I got a lot to cover on the central banking digital currencies because just over the last week, again, as you guys know, this market's moved so freaking quick, it's hard to keep up with everything. So I just found some articles here on what other countries are doing right now for central banking digital currencies. But here we've got the Prime Minister of Vietnam asks central banks to pilot digital currencies. So there you go. There's Vietnam. You got Ukraine, which passes a law for treating its CBDCs the same as cash. All right. Now we already know that El Salvador was trying to basically make it to where the entire population of their country could use Bitcoin and have those payments settled and processed off chain and then put back on chain through the Strike app. Okay. So this just adds on to that. Basically, treating it the same as cash. And what did I tell you in previous videos? If you go back and watch some of my videos, like with Bitcoin and El Salvador, I said that the World Bank was basically rejecting financial assistance that El Salvador was asking for, and I told you other countries would probably come in and either mimic their model or start getting behind that whole movement that El Salvador created. And I think that's probably what you're going to see here with Ukraine as well. But I'm not gonna go into the article just for the sake of not boring you here with the fundamentals, because quite frankly it can get a little boring at times. So that's basically what I saw on the central banking digital currency side. And then that leads into this last piece right here, which is, I remember I keep telling you guys, watch the month of July. The month of July is going to be huge. And rightfully so. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Look at this. Elizabeth Warren demands answers from the SEC on crypto regulation by the end of July. Okay? Now, in a letter addressed to the chairman of the SEC, Senator Elizabeth Warren demanded answers on crypto regulation by July 28th. Warren, who's part of the Senate Banking Committee, is concerned about risks to consumers and investors from the $1.3 trillion market. She said Congress may need to act to ensure the SEC has proper authority to close existing regulation gaps. And I don't know, this is going to be interesting to see how this plays hand in hand with the SEC and XRP lawsuit case. But I have a feeling that you're going to see this somehow integrate and intertwine into what you're hearing from that lawsuit case as well. Uh, so really, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I want to shoot another video here, and I'll probably get to that tomorrow or on Sunday. But I want to show you some of the technical charts that I'm getting from uh, basically an expert on technical chart reading, way better than I am. And he's, for all my Theta followers or people who are invested in Theta, I want to show you a chart that he put together on Theta and show you where he has projections going for the price of Theta coming into September. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, guys, have a great weekend. These markets are volatile. They go up and down, like I always tell you. You can't predict them. Nobody can. So if anybody ever tells you they can, don't listen to them because nobody's 100% correct. As you see, just a couple days ago, I was telling you that Theta was going to go up in price. And, it did go up in price, but then it came right back down. So, it is what it is. You got to have diamond hands in this market. And with that said, as usual, guys, fear nothing, my friends. I will catch you later.